How's it going? Saw where Renee was murdered. March in Minneapolis. Awesome. Did you see any ICE agents walking around? Checking out dudes because they're gay. You see any doing that? I know they do that a lot, dude. That's all they really do, bro. Okay. No counter protests. Well, Twitter said, I think Elon Musk buying Twitter is going to lead to the downfall of all of humanity. I do. That is a genuine belief that I hold. Like, it's a social device meant to cause mass panic hysteria, civic conflict, internal war, division. Like, that's all they do. Citizens United. I think social media has played a million social media is a million times worse for the human race and America than anything else. Any money, there's no amount of money in politics that could equate social media and media addiction and social media algorithms. There's really not anything you can really like. Please drop a like, guys. Drop likes on the stream. We can get calls going early if we get some viewers. We only have one like on the stream right now. I think the stream's on regular viewer mode. It's not sub only. Unless if they're all bots. Your kids won't get social media until 17. Yeah, and they're going to hate you. As all their friends are having fun on TikTok. And they're on the side reading books on their Kindle Fire. It's a lose-lose situation. I'm effing worthless. Wow. Holy crap, it's a homosexual man in the chat. Okay. I want to check out this debate between Crystal and Sagar on Breaking Points about this shooting, killing in Minnesota. They represent the populist left and a part of the populist right. So I'm curious what the arguments are on the different sides here.
Sagar is with us, although remotely. He has an entire plague going through his household that I personally did not want him to spread here, and he also, I think, did not want to spread here. So
I did not want.
Parsi is going to join to talk more about the broader geopropaganda that you ICE shooting in Minneapolis. So you guys know we covered on the show that the Trump administration surged 2,000 ICE agents into Minneapolis, mostly in response to this Nick Shirley, propaganda video about Somali daycares, whatever. And no sooner did they land on the ground than, of course, they're being met with protest. And they ended up, one of these agents, shooting and killing a woman who was driving a car. I'm going to go ahead and put this video up on the screen. We've got it from different angles. Again, this is disturbing. So just be aware. I'm going to look this way so I can see the bigger TV screen. But in any case, you can see this. There's a doctor, actually, that is on the scene, and we can show you this in a minute. There's a doctor who's there who says, let me go and let me tend to her. I'm a physician. And they refuse care. It takes quite a long time for an ambulance to arrive. We're talking 10 or 15 minutes. The ambulance cannot reach the scene because law enforcement vehicles are blocking the way, and this woman ends up dead. So let's go ahead and put A2 again, which I think is significant as well, because, of course, what they're arguing is this was self-defense from the agent, and that the government immediately came out and called her a domestic terrorist and said that she was using her vehicle to try to run over this agent. Well, what you can see at the beginning of that A2B is here she is waving them through, waving through the vehicles of the ICE agents or federal agents, whatever agencies they're from. So, not trying to run them down. I think any reasonable person, Sagar, can see that she's backing up. She's repositioning her wheels. She's trying to flee. Now, you may say that was the wrong action. I will say there's also eyewitnesses who say she was being...
You got a caller? I'll do a caller. Someone said the wife was saying, drive, baby, drive. Yeah, that definitely means shoot her in the face. Yeah, good argument.
Yeah.
Hi, this is the YouTube politics show calling you back.
Yeah. All right. Tell me. What were you saying? Tell me why. Like, what do you think about it?
I think all throughout America, ICE is purposely using unlawful and disruptive tactics to cause social division and to incite social chaos across America. And this is going to keep on happening. It's been happening already. The training is not being used whatsoever. They wear full masking, which I would not trust any law enforcement who needs to be fully masked like that. And in this video, the guy obviously was not in any danger. He did not feel he was in danger. I think it's probably manslaughter legally, in my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, but I would guess manslaughter. I don't know if it was like if you can say murder, but definitely I would say manslaughter under Minnesota law.
Yeah. Did you watch the JD Daily video?
JD Daily? I don't know what that is.
His just a YouTuber just like you. He has about over a couple million. They put out the ICE agent's personal phone video.
Oh yeah.
And another one from the person's house before the lady got hit.
Yeah, I saw those.
What she doing? Like, yeah. So what do you think about those?
I think that if there were any issues, like if they were recording ICE agents, that's legal. If they wanted someone to move a car,
I know, I understand that. Yeah.
What about it?
Huh?
What about the videos themselves? Like, okay, one big takeaway from the one video is she definitely did not intend to hit anybody. It would have been easy to do that. And also,
the girlfriend said, drive.
Drive.
She was listening. I don't know. It was drive.
Yeah, because the one ICE agent, you saw the one guy, right? The one guy illegally went to go rip her door open and like reached his hand into the car, and then the wife said, or girlfriend said, drive.
Yeah, I'm not. Like, look, man. I know what the George Floyd riots and all this other stuff, and you know what I mean, and I'm really like getting too old for all this crap now. Like, I'm not really like defending it. I'm more looking towards the higher power. But I'll tell you my opinion on it, man. And it is what it is. I think the lady, the lady was at fault, man. And and I saw the body cam or the personal video from the ICE officer.
Mm-hmm.
That thud that you hear that car hit him. Like, he could have went under the wheel. Anything could have happened, brother.
No, not really. He was holding his phone, recording in one hand. He somehow was still holding onto his phone. Is there one time in the video? Is there one time in the video where he goes away from the car? Is there one time in the video where he moves away from the car?
It's the view. You can't where it's positioned. You can't
in
see the
any
man's body.
In any video, in any of the videos, even his own. Is there one time in the video where he moves away from the car?
All those other videos, you can't say that because all those other videos are filmed from like 20 feet away.
Is that in his own video? In any video, do you see him move away from the car? Is his reaction in any video to move away from the car?
You can't, because it's filming from his torso.
You can see his phone out in the first video, the one that's closer. You can see he leans into the car because he needs to lean over the car to do the first shot, and then you can see him run with the car to fire the second two shots. The second two shots were at the complete side of the vehicle, right?
All them other, I think, I'm not really trying to defend this, man. I think that girl got what she got, brother. Listen to me though, because I could tell you're you want to be an honest guy. Okay, the second two shots, he was not in any danger, right? The second two shots. No, I just think that they're like really just after like those 5 years of seeing like.
Can you answer a question? Can you answer a question? The second 2 shots, he was not in any danger, right? The second 2 shots.
No, I'm firm on what I believe.
Can you answer a question?
Like,
Can you answer a question? Can you answer? Are you an honest person with integrity? Can you answer any question? The second 2 shots, is he in front of the car? You can't answer a question.
I can't answer any questions.
Okay, if you can't answer a question, don't have an opinion. If you can't answer something so basic, like the second 2 shots, was he at the side of the vehicle?
Not to have an opinion.
No, if you can't answer, okay, then your opinion should be disregarded if you can't answer a basic question about the second 2 shots, right?
You can't say that either, brother. Like what if I said your opinion should be disregarded?
Well, you would have to make an argument for it. My argument is the second 2 shots, he was completely to the side of the vehicle. Okay, you don't want to make an argument. Yeah, that's what all you people do. You don't make arguments. I get that. No, but then don't have a strong opinion. You don't really have a strong opinion then. You're admitting your opinion's weak. I mean, that's fine. You can have a weak opinion, but
I don't care, man. The girl got what she got, brother.
I know you don't care, but like you can't be a person or a man with integrity or principle and go through the world saying shit like she got what she got. You can stand on business and have an actual position, or you could run away from it and not answer questions because you know what you saw. You know the second 2 shots he was not in front of the vehicle. You know that. You know he said effing bitch after he shot her and killed her. You can see the video clearly. He's to the side of anybody with eyeballs. Are you blind by chance?
This is all controlled chaos.
Listen, hey buddy, we can see on camera certain things that happen. If you're on, LSD or other psychedelics, that's cool. But we're not talking about that on this show right now. I appreciate the call. I got to talk to somebody who can answer questions. Okay, I can't talk to someone who's not going to talk about the issue. Okay,
I believe what
I appreciate your call. Okay, you can believe anything, but I appreciate the call. But there's nothing else we can talk about. No, I appreciate the call.
What she got? You understand it? She got what she got.
Okay, that's very. You have a weak opinion. That's fine. You have a weak opinion. That's fine.
Yeah, thank you. What she
All
got.
right, have a good night. Good night. She got what she got. Nice. No, not Espanol. I can't speak Spanish. I can't speak Spanish, dude. I'm too dumb to speak other languages, dude. Okay, other people call in. What a good one. She got what she got. She got what she got. Drop likes on the stream. We have 20 likes. We need more likes on the stream. Please drop a like on the stream. Here, let me do this real quick too. Hello, this is the YouTube Politics Show. What's up? Calling you back.
Oh, are you live on air right now?
Yep, we're live.
What's that?
We're live, yep.
Oh, so you're talking about what happened with Renee Good?
Yeah, we can talk about whatever, but if you want to, we can talk about that.
Oh, well.
Did you... I think that was on accident. I think he hung up on accident. I'm guessing that was on accident. I'm guessing. We'll see if he calls back. Do this one first. How are you guys doing tonight? Let's see, we have 600 viewers, 30 likes. We have to get some bots out of here, probably. Let's do this for a second. Hello, how's it going? Calling you back.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. What do you want to talk about?
What you had posted on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. We're talking current events, politics. We can talk about whatever.
Oh, okay. I just saw that you had something about the woman that got shot by the ICE agents. Yeah, what's your point of view on that? Like, do you agree with it or disagree?
The ICE agents, they violated everything in their rule book. They escalated the situation for no reason. The guy was walking with his cell phone around the car. He leaned into the car when it started moving to fire the shots. He fired the second and third shot, completely clear the vehicle on the side through the driver's side window. He put other people in needless danger by killing a driver whose car rammed into other cars in the neighborhood. That could have been really bad. So overall, it definitely was unjustified. She should still be alive today, and ICE all throughout America is doing very similar things, creating dangerous situations where they don't need to be dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. No, yeah, like I agree on both both standpoints. I think they both did something wrong. Um, but I mean, unfortunately, I was seeing some sorts of clips on different angles. I know that one of the agents or police officers on the scene, they got ran over. It's like a 5,000-pound vehicle.
They did not
She
get
could
run
have
over
killed
at
many.
all. They did not get run over.
None of them got ran over.
No,
So,
no one got
like,
ran
is it
over.
AI or what?
No one got ran over in the
So
video. There's not
who
one
got
person who was
who?
injured from that.
There's a police officer in front of the vehicle on one of them. I think he's not the one that shot. The one that shot was on the
No,
side
the
with a
guy who
cell
shot
phone.
her was the same person in front of the car at the front left of it. No one got ran over at all. You can look up the video. No one got ran over.
I'm seeing like multiple videos, and I just hear somebody get hit
It
with a
might be
vehicle.
AI, but in the video, you can see she gets shot. She's turning to the right away from the ICE agent. He shoots her 3 times, one through the windshield, 2 through the driver's side window, and then her car goes crazy because she is dead at that point, probably.
Because even on one of them, I think her partner, didn't get in or something like that. Like she was
Mm-hmm.
trying to get in, and he's like, "Go, go, go!" Like, instead of telling her, get out, like comply with the officer or anything, she would have still been alive. I mean, she would have probably, let's say, got arrested
It's the
and sued the
responsibility of the
officer.
federal agents to not escalate tensions like that, to not escalate the situation, running up to her car, screaming at her. Some officers said leave, some said stay. And you shouldn't, like, the idea that federal agents should be able to run up to your car door for any reason and rip you out of your car. It's going to create situations where people panic and make decisions like that. I would never blame the person who drives in that situation, especially because her intent was not to hurt anybody. She was driving away from people. She even told the guy who shot her, like, I'm not mad at you, bro. Like, they were just bickering back and forth. And the guy who shot her was on his phone the whole time recording it for TikToks or whatever. And he never even lost control of the phone. He was able to put his phone in his other hand and pull the gun out the shooter in one motion throughout the entire thing. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't agree with either or. But I mean,
yeah, but like
I
the
think
mistakes of the
maybe
officers are having masks on, not being trusted in any community, not communicating, sprinting up to the car. The guy who shot her, who was in front of the car at the front left, was walking around the car like an idiot, recording with his phone in one hand, and he pulls his gun out into the other hand, swaps it, puts his phone in his left hand, shoots with the right hand. All those different things ICE is doing all throughout America, and that is where the responsibility is. Those trained federal agents who have they are hired by the government with a license to kill people if they need to. The level of responsibility for them is extremely higher than a random civilian who they bum rush, who gets scared because some fully masked thug reaches into her car from an unmarked vehicle. Having these people not wearing masks all throughout America is creating a tension, environment of tension. People dress up as ICE agents to assault people now. They assault women, assault children. And they just say they're federal enforcement because ICE agents don't identify themselves. So her one mistake of like driving off when she gets bum rushed isn't even somewhat compared to the guy who killed her, shot her 3 times when he was in no danger at all, and called her a effing bitch after doing it, in my opinion. And you can say like, oh, she shouldn't have driven away. Federal agents should not be. The way people talk about federal agents is like you're at a zoo and they're wild animals, and it's like, oh, don't move too quick around them. Don't get too close to them, or they might bite you. Like, we shouldn't be talking about federal agents who are roaming America with masks on, like they're rabid animals who can't control themselves. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean on that point, I think at the end of the day, they clock in and clock out just like anybody else, in the workforce. So it's like, like I think they do that to protect themselves. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people that take that into like another consideration of like doing anything like in crime, like if we go back to like, let's say Halloween is like you can wear a costume and rob a gas station. I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks. I know that you have kids and you have families or whatever it is, and you don't want to you don't want to have a target on your back. So I know that that's a form of it, or wherever they're at. I know that it was
No, I
like,
mean,
let's say,
our veterans
snowing.
did not wear masking in Afghanistan. The only people who wear
I
masks
know,
are
but we
special
just get
ops
in and get
going
out.
after no, but like the thing is, our police officers don't wear masks, our judges don't, and everybody's safer as a
Oh yeah, I
result because
know.
people
I know
trust
not
they know
everybody. Yeah,
they know who the officers are. You can ask a police officer's name.
yeah,
These people are dressed as thugs and they don't answer any questions at all about their names, about who they are, about their badge number, whatever. And that's creating. I'm very sympathetic to law enforcement and how stressful that job is. But the way they act makes it more dangerous for them. It makes it more dangerous. The guy was dilly dallying, walking around the car, waving his phone around, recording like he's some dipshit on the sidewalk. If you can't handle being in law enforcement, don't do it. Let somebody else do the job. Get some training. Actually give a shit. And that idiot, you shouldn't be walking in front of a damn car while you're on your phone either. In every law enforcement training, when they talk about like 90-degree angles or what angle you walk to a car, like whatever training there is, every single rule book of any law enforcement anywhere is don't put your body in front of a damn vehicle. Like that is the number one, because it makes it a dangerous situation for everybody. And if our government's trained agents are making the situation dangerous, how are we going to keep civilians safe? These people are just civilians, man. Like we need higher accountability from the government and the government agents getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of our taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, or different type of like training and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I don't really know how every law enforcement or department or agency like trained their guys, but it's just like kind of like how you're saying, maybe like they're approved to take force into their own hands, or different types of fields, and etc. But
My
it's just
final
like how
question
it's
for you, I appreciate
yeah,
the call. My final question would be, in the video, this is what I'm asking everybody, just consider, he does not once move away from the car. He even runs with the car to shoot her 2 more times after the first shot. And the thing about being in front of a vehicle, if you are in front of a vehicle for law enforcement, something went super wrong. You shouldn't be walking in front of one. And if you are in front of one, the number one goal would be get out of the way. It would never be to shoot at the person, because if you're talking about self-defense, you would never train somebody to shoot the driver, because if the car's coming for you, you're going to get run over. First goal would be getting out of the way. And then you try to disable the vehicle from behind if it was a dangerous situation. But this was a random lady who wanted to bicker with ICE agents. She was not some criminal, armed thug, terrorist like Trump said, who wanted to go kill ICE agents. It just like, we need a higher,
I see like when she's there. I mean, I know that she's not taking out any knives or any guns. Like she wasn't any threat like her personally. But the thing is, like I just think that she honestly did the wrong answers. I mean the wrong choice of pretty much just driving off. Like I know that she got like with her partner, she was saying like drive off, drive off, drive off, and there was like people like recording other civilians around there. It's like they're just pretty much encouraging, like being on her side. And it's like like if she would have, like let's say if she would have stayed, let's say if she would have been alive right now, like I think she would have sued the department, like, hey, they arrested me unlawfully, etc. Like won a lawsuit, has some money or whatever. She would have been all good. Maybe some bruises, scratches, whatever, etc. But it's like she decided to use a 5,000-pound freaking SUV and just run
she
off the
didn't
scene.
do
And it's
anything like targeting an officer that would ever, nothing happened here that would ever justify anything near deadly force. No, but there's nothing here that would ever justify deadly force or any type of extra force from somebody like protesting or talking about ICE agents and ICE in general. When you have ICE agents all throughout America, like in Minneapolis, schools are closing down for weeks at a time now because ICE is terrorizing kids and standing outside and looking for illegals. They're harassing Uber drivers and harassing school children. They are acting as thugs. So I support people going in their communities and protesting and light their whistles up, make sure people know ICE is there, because they are doing so many illegal things. ICE is they're pointing guns at random people. They sent people to be tortured in this El Salvador dungeon. Like, there's so many things that ICE is doing that's so insanely wrong. They have shot like over a dozen people in the past few months. I think like 8 of those American citizens. Only one person out of that number was actually armed, and it was the weapon was not even, it was concealed. It was never even drawn at all. So like ICE, if you have law enforcement doing all these things, we can change government policy. We need to make government policy about accountability, about the training, not just training, because the guy was with ICE for a long time. But they need to know that they can't just beat people up or tear gas anyone or pepper spray anyone and hide their faces. And that's the real reason they're hiding their faces, is because they don't want to be held accountable. We have to rein that in.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call.
I'm kind of 50-50 on this, but thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the call. We have a good night. Thank you for watching.
You be safe. Bye-bye.
Peace. Please drop a like on the stream. If you're on TikTok, drop likes on the stream as well. Help me boost my numbers. We have 175 likes on TikTok, 63 on YouTube. If you want to go to the main chat, my main chat is on YouTube. I appreciate you watching. If you want to donate, Jola Politics at Venmo or Cash App Jola Politics, you can guarantee a phone call. If you really want to call in, you can donate $10 or more with your phone number to Venmo or Cash App Jola Politics, and I'll put you in front of the line. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Hey, this is Lisa.
Okay. Okay, she is calling me a lot. Okay, wait a second. Person. I can see your calls. Okay.
Call from this.
Hello.
Hi. I wanted to kind of get into, I guess, like some of the things you're saying. Like, I don't want to. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not going to be rude or ugly, so I expect the same, please. Even though we have different views.
Sure.
So basically, like you were saying that, which I'll give you this. Like, I don't think she mindfully, like, was purposely like trying to hit him, right? Like, I truly don't. I think it was a lot going on, but she did hit him with the car. Like, the video that he has on his cell phone, that you can hear the car hit him, and the vehicle is considered a lethal weapon. And so as far as like the law goes, the officer did what he lawfully could do. I don't think anybody's life is worth this, because I'm sorry, like, we don't see any illegals out here fighting for these people whenever they're losing their lives for them. So it's kind of like, where do people draw the line? You know what I mean? Like,
so
it's
like,
one thing to go ahead.
So we can agree, just to begin, we can agree that Trump calling this lady a domestic terrorist and saying that she purposely wanted to kill the ICE agent and he was run over and put in the ICU, like, that's a batshit insane lie that divides Americans. We can agree on that point to start.
Well, she didn't put him in the ICU. He was actually in a incident. I believe it was like a few months or however long ago, prior to this, where basically, and it shouldn't be put on her at all, because it had nothing to do with her. And so I think that's kind of like where confusion comes in, is it's like too many, bringing up an old thing and then this, and it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are getting it confused.
Well, Trump said it again. He said that she critically injured the officer. He's lucky to have survived. He keeps on repeating that over and over again, even after seeing the video.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what he is wrong, because that's not the situation at all. What happened was that beforehand, I don't know how many months ago it was, but basically, like, he was trying to do an arrest, and that person basically drug him in the car. Like they took off with him, like, halfway in the car. He got drugged, had to go. He was in the hospital in ICU. Yeah, so that had nothing to do with her. So if he is walking around saying that, that is wrong.
It's interesting too. Like, so for that same guy, that injury was also the result of violating instructions or training. He smashed the window of a car trying to detain someone who is here illegally, and he got drugged with the car after smashing the window trying to unlock it. So in that situation as well, it was him being dumb around vehicles, which there's certain things you do in law enforcement, which is like with vehicles, which like being in front of a car, you should always avoid that. And the guy was there's 3 people involved from ICE in this video. The one
Right.
gets out of the car and says, "Hey, leave." He's the first guy out of the passenger side. The guy,
Basically, there's two on the side and then him who's walking around
yeah, there's the
and ends
chill
up in the
guy.
front.
Well, I'm talking the one view. There's the chill guy who just says like leave. There's the other guy who runs up to the door, says, "Get the fuck out of the car! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!" He starts ripping on the door. He reaches his hand inside the door, which is like huge no, huge way to escalate
Right.
everything. So, and then the other guy was like circling the vehicle, recording with the person's partner, recording with his phone, walking from the back right of the vehicle up to the front. So at that time, these trained federal agents, who are paid by our government, are creating an environment where one person is saying leave, one person is saying get the F out of the car, running up to the car
Right.
like
No,
a rabid animal. But the
100%.
third guy is walking
100%.
around the car recording with his phone so she's distracted by those two people, one guy banging on the door, and the other guy
100%.
comes from her blind side to go in front of the car. So as a civilian, those three things happening at once, I would never blame the civilian in that situation for that response, especially when she tried turning away from the guy at the front left, who then the guy leaned into the car. He never moved away from the car.
Well,
He fired the first shot in the
no.
windshield.
And that's why I said I don't think she intentionally was. I think there was, like, honestly, like, I'm with you. Like, I think there was a lot going on. She had them screaming at her, and then she hears in the background also like her spouse, telling her go. So it's like, I don't truly, from the bottom of my heart, like, I don't think she intentionally was trying to go to hit this man at all. Like, I do not, because you can almost see it in her face. Like, she does look his direction, but I think there's so much panic in her. Like, in that moment, she just does something. You know what I mean? Like, which I feel like anybody who's in a crazy situation, I have anxiety, right?
Yeah, if you got pulled over by the cops at the side of the highway and you're speeding and the cop ran up behind your car and started ripping on your door, anybody would freak out. Like, law enforcement would never act like that.
100%.
And a cop would not have their faces covered up. You'd probably know them. They're probably from the community. They would tell you their name. The ICE agents don't reveal their names or anything, which makes it dangerous for them as well. It's not just about people, which is my main concern, but it's also more dangerous for ICE agents. But then when he fires the first shot, he doesn't move away from the car, which, if you fear for your life, which might be the legal argument, that person would probably jump out of the way of the car if he was really scared about it. I'm not saying he never bumped the front left of the car, but he fires the first shot in the very right corner of the windshield. The second two shots, he jogs with the car to fire two shots like point blank in her head from the side through the passenger side window. At that point, he's not in any danger whatsoever. And making sure he finishes the kill, the car goes crazy down the road. Which, if there were a crowd of people there, or any people, that is also another reason why. So the agents create this terrible situation. Then they make it even more dangerous by sending this car going flying down the road. If you see the videos beforehand, they were bickering with ICE agents for sure. But they gave no signs of being dangerous. They even said, take our plates down, talk to us later, whatever, we're protesting. So they never intended for this. The ICE agents, and my big issue is, I'm always going to say the government needs to be responsible. The government policy is what we can change. And I'm not going to blame civilians for reacting this way. And if the president is going to call this person a domestic terrorist before her body is even cold, or before she's even picked up by an ambulance, then that is so, he should be, that level of slander, not even slander, but from the president, calling her a terrorist is insane.
I voted for Trump. I do not agree with everything that he says whatsoever. Like, I don't even listen to him, honestly. Like, whenever I don't even listen to his talking points because I can't. Sometimes they're unbearable, honestly. But, like, let me ask you, like, I 100% understand where your side comes from. 100%, right? Like, I think that, honestly, a lot of that we do agree on. Like, as far as, like, what we saw in the video and, like, how things are being portrayed and not, like, I'm with you. Like, I truly do not think her intention was to hit this officer. Like, I think it was a freak out panic moment, and she just wanted to get out of that situation because, like you said, there was one officer telling her to do one thing, another officer running up to her, sticking his hand in her car. Then you have this other officer, like, and her wife getting into it, like, on the side ear, and he's walking around. And I think he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and poor thing, like, she just freaked out. You know what I'm saying?
But that wrong place was created by the age. I don't think she had time to think. I think that was pure fight or flight reaction. Like, that was just her hitting the.
Well,
and she turns away from the guy.
Like, we agree upon that. My whole thing is that I 100%, like, I can see other people's point of view, and I know my thing is that it always goes back to there's one way to protest but then there's one thing whenever you impede on law enforcement's duties. Like, and my whole thing is like, okay, I understand the cause, right? Like, I don't agree with fighting for people who are here illegally who have committed crimes, because the thing about it is that people who come here wrongfully, not all of them, because not all of them, I know good people, just like I'm sure other people know good people that came here illegally and did amazing things for themselves. But unfortunately, there's those who do bad things because they want to come here and think that they're still in their country and do things to other people, things to other kids, like the bad people. And so it's like, I can't sit here and say 100% like, oh, it's only bad people getting caught. Oh, it's only good. I don't know. I'm not law enforcement. I don't work for the FBI. And I really don't trust everything I see on the news, right? Like, to be honest, I try to view things from my own point of view, viewing things as much as I can. And I don't even think we're shown everything, honestly. But it's like, I don't see why people are putting themselves on the line for people who wouldn't do it for them. Like where is the illegals that are here illegally? Where are they standing up for her? Like, that's what breaks my heart the most, is like she was doing something for the good of humanity that she truly felt like was doing good. But it's like, where's the outrage for her now from that side? Does that make sense?
I think there is outrage that happened. And schools in Minneapolis are closed for a week right now. Like high schools, K through 12 schools are closed.
100%.
For everybody.
About, like, that she's doing it for.
Well, this is the thing, that in Minneapolis right now, the schools are closed for a week for everybody because police, not police. I put police a million times higher than ICE agents. ICE agents are picking up random brown kids and random brown people and making them give documents. Sometimes they don't believe them. The schools are having to suspend for time because these first, second, third graders are not safe around these agents. They're outside in paramilitary gear,
why are they going
ready to snatch people up.
Like,
well, they're also harassing Uber drivers at the airport because they want to drive numbers up, because they're going after just high numbers of immigrants deported. They're not even going after criminals. They moved funding away from that.
I live in Houston, Texas, and there's a shit ton of them around here, and I'm like, I don't see nobody. So it's kind of like I kind of am like, okay, why are they only?
Well, they're targeting Democrats too. They don't care about crime as much. They want to target Democratic cities, like Minneapolis. They want to target Tim Walz and stuff. They don't like them. No, I mean, but it's a red state though. Yeah. The effects of ICE. Whenever I okay, so like right now, there's a story happening in a very small town. It's a very like big Trump town, and pretty much there's a guy here who's an immigrant. I think the county went like 80 or 90% Trump. He had a restaurant in one of the towns, and he's been here for a long time. He's super known in the community. He donates tons of money, and he's been on like a work permit, and he's been trying to figure citizenship stuff out, but it really sucks to do it. It's hard to get citizenship after a visa.
Yeah,
there's so many legal visa stuff.
America does not make it easy, and that's what's shitty.
Yeah, and this Trump town that was super pro ICE, this guy, in my opinion, our taxpayer dollars should be spent going to his business and saying, you are a respected member of this community. Let's figure out your paperwork. Let's help you. But he got violently detained by ICE. And now, but now this pro-Trump town is like, oh, wait, like I'm kind of seeing a little bit of what these liberals are talking about with ICE, because this is not what we wanted.
At his restaurant every weekend and.
Yeah, and they're seeing like firsthand that when the liberals complain about ICE being brutal, like why are we putting this guy in handcuffs? Like, he's not a danger to anybody. He wants to figure out his paperwork. He's been on working permits, and that's the big issue right now people have with the Trump movement, and because they don't talk at all about a pathway to citizenship or about changing immigration laws. All they talk about is the border, the evil, violent Haitian, Somalis, whatever. We'll pardon corrupt criminals on our side, but then we're going to focus on just all Somalis because we have a handful that did a crime or did fraud with those daycare centers. And we're going to focus on, JD Vance said we have a Somali problem in America. No, we don't have a Somali problem. We have a corruption problem. We have a crime problem. If we're going to focus on Somalis or whites or blacks or whatever group, or Christians or Muslims, whatever, that's missing the point of what even Trump supporters. Yeah, definitely. And
like race shouldn't even be an issue. Honestly, it's like we are in 2026. Race should not be a thing, period, point blank. Like, it don't matter the color of your skin. A bad person is a bad person, no matter what you are. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I view it. Like, right is right, wrong is wrong. And it's like, and I hate how we group people together because not everybody's bad.
Yeah, and about them, because you asked about about protesting. The way they treat these immigrants is terrible. The stories from Alligator, Alcatraz in Florida are terrible. It's verified that at least half the people we sent to that El Salvador camp, it's a labor camp. People go there till they die. There was sexual assault, a bunch of other torture. Half of them had no criminal record. They were here from Venezuela seeking asylum, seeking real asylum claims. Like some of them were verifiably tortured by Maduro. And this is before Trump did the whole Venezuela, Maduro capture thing. But ICE has been known to do illegal shit, to not give a shit about humans in general. They hire whoever is a failed, asshole from who, never started on their high school football team. So they got to take their anger out somewhere. They lowered their training standards. There's a huge influx of ICE agents who can barely speak English. And it's all because they want higher numbers of detainees and higher numbers of deportations. They don't care about going after criminals. They care about just going after democratic communities, communities that have more black and brown people in it. That's why liberals are so up in arms, and it makes it feel more dangerous for you.
I tell you, illegal population is crazier. And yes, we're Texas, okay? So yes, we were the first ones to technically it makes more sense that it's going to be more crowded with illegals here in Texas because we're the border that they crossed, right? But I would have thought that Texas would have been the first state that they went to for that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they targeted Portland, Los Angeles,
I guess
Chicago,
what do they
Minneapolis.
Call it? The safe city. What do they call it?
They're sanctuary cities.
Yeah, sanctuary. There you go. That's the word.
The sanctuary cities, what that means is the local police resources will not be used for ICE. So the local police in LA, if it's a sanctuary city,
won't do their job.
Not work with
won't
ICE.
do ICE's job, basically.
They won't do deportations. If there's someone who is here illegally and they do a violent crime, then the police will give them to ICE, but they're just not going to go raid Uber drivers. So when Republicans talk about sanctuary
so it's
cities,
not they're completely protected. It's just that until they do something wrong,
the police just aren't going to go up to somebody and say, give me your immigration papers. So your local, so it even helps. Let's say someone is here illegally and they escaped someone, they're being trafficked, and they call the cops on someone who's trafficking them. That person who's here without documentation will be protected in a sanctuary city. That they can call police without fear of being deported.
Okay, gotcha.
But people say sanctuary city, they make it seem like, we're going to harbor illegal alien criminals. They always say that. But if you look at the laws themselves, California has referred, or Los Angeles has referred thousands of violent offenders who are here illegally to ICE.
I mean, honest, it's that's why I try to see it from a human standpoint because we're all humans. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I voted for Trump. I don't agree with, honestly, a lot that I don't agree with the way he says things. We'll put it that way. I think that a lot of the ways that he says things loses a lot of people. I know a lot of Republicans, for instance, our biggest thing is okay, yes, we want illegals, we wanted the border shut. I think that was a smart idea, obviously, because we were losing a lot of resources. And we also, but it's we were told one thing that we voted for, right? So for instance, it's we were told that the criminals, the ones who are murdering and doing bad, because I don't know if you know anything about the news here in Texas, but it's a lot of innocent young women were getting murdered by illegal immigrants, senseless senseless murders, and so, it was a big thing. And so, it's of course, yeah, who doesn't want these violent people out of the country whenever they don't belong here and they came here the wrong way? So it's for me as a Republican, and I know from other people I've talked to, that's what we were expecting. But then it's yeah, we're going to do that, but also a little bit of this. And it's okay, it kind of gets on that teetering line. And then it's like you said earlier, it's one thing to do, to want to fix immigration and these illegals and deport them, but yet there's no solution to fix it. You can't do one thing without the other. What is the solution? Because you can deport all day long, but until you fix it, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, with the issue is all of our crime data says that immigrants have a lower crime rate than American citizens. So as a group, there are immigrants that do crime. And I know it's not to say those crimes don't matter, obviously.
Right.
But our focus should be cracking down on all violent crime. So if we're pulling resources
Oh,
to go after,
100%.
Uber
100%.
drivers and stuff, one big thing about immigrants is that if you're in a Mexican cartel, for example, you have your stuff made for you. You're not going to come from a lawless territory to America where you're going to risk getting imprisoned. That's why most fentanyl, if you look up our border patrol's numbers, most fentanyl actually is trafficked across the border by American citizens who are paid by cartels
Oh yeah,
as
a lot
drug
of them
mules.
come from Houston.
And yeah, definitely. And a lot of the people who are here without documentation, they're actually here trying to escape those cartels. So we do need a branch to connect to those people. Like Obama got no credit for it, and liberals actually, protested Obama for his immigration policy, but he deported more people than Trump did without ICE wearing masks, and without having a big thing about it. But then Trump won
it wasn't a big
off the wall.
fiasco. Like it was nothing like this.
I think that's why Obama didn't get credit for it, though. He did not make it a big spectacle. He didn't make it about, they use, the game Pokemon?
Yeah.
They use the Pokemon theme song in a highlight video beating up immigrants. And it's like, how depraved is that? If we want to view people as human, and if we have criminals, the job should be protecting people. If we got to lock someone up, we don't want to do it, but we need to. We need to use force in those environments, in those situations. We should not be happy. We shouldn't be like, oh, we get to beat people up today. So if our government's going to be doing that, it needs to change. And I hope Democrats come out forcefully as a response, because I do think most Americans would love a strong response from Democrats where they say openly, we need a strong border, but also let's change immigration laws so it makes sense, and we haven't had that.
No,
it's been 40 or 50 years.
I think a lot of Republicans would agree with that. Like I think a lot of them would agree with that. Like yes, we need a strong border, but there also needs to be things that change as far as like the pathway to, because we can't make it impossible. And I know it's not impossible, but clearly if it was easier, like for instance, okay, like my aunt used, like she's married to my uncle. Like I've known him since I was a baby. Like that was my uncle. Mm-hmm. I never knew that he was illegal, right? Like, and he's been here since he was 3 months old. And the fact that like the only thing that's stopping him from getting his papers is because they're telling him that he has to go to Mexico side and see a doctor there, and then he can come back. And he's terrified that they're not going to let him back.
Yeah, it's tough.
And like that's not okay. Like, I mean, that shouldn't be a thing.
And they probably won't let him back.
Why can't he see somebody here?
They're camping outside of judges, or they're camping outside of courtrooms right now that immigrants are going to for their court dates to go and try to get like asylum and stuff. So ICE is discouraging people from doing the legal process now. They're making it harder. So it's they kind of snuck into power having this intention without actually fixing any issues. We spend $150 billion now on Department of Homeland Security. So we spend more money on our ICE. We spend more money on ICE than most countries spend on their whole military. And our system's not getting any better. If anything, it's probably getting worse.
Crazy? Like if you actually look at the numbers, they're not even like, wow, so many people they're getting. Like it's. I was kind of like, whenever I heard like I don't remember how, it was like maybe a month or two ago, like whenever I saw the numbers of how many illegals that actually were being deported, it's like the way it's made to seem is like not what it is at all. Like they're not very efficient, clearly.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I appreciate the call. Is there a final thing you want to finish up on?
I mean, I guess I just wanted to kind of, it's like, my thing is like, because I try to go back to like, okay, like how did this all start? And it's like, I guess me personally, it's like, whenever I look at it, it's, we have to go back in time, and it's just like the rhetoric that people speak on both sides, not just Democrats, not just Republicans, right? Like, it's like the way that people are speaking is the reason why everything is so hostile right now. And to me, it's like our government will never be a peaceful country again if Republicans just automatically do the opposite of what Democrats want to do, even if they agree. They just will literally go against them, and vice versa. Democrats also just literally will go against Republicans, even if they might agree on certain things. And I think that that's where the problem is. It's like we're never going to come to a peaceful, like, back to a peaceful, I mean, no matter who the president is, honestly, it's never going to come back to a peaceful, like America, basically, until people stop with the crazy talk, and it's like, I don't know
Yeah,
how
but
that
I'm sorry,
happens. I don't
but
know.
you kind of voted for the worst possible person for that job. I mean, the guy didn't even have a healthcare plan. He still does not have a healthcare plan, and he says it doesn't matter. He doesn't give a crap about. He said affordability is a lie. He said that Americans want him to rename Greenland, Trumpland, and take Venezuela and get into a forever war and spend all this money abroad. And it seems like, and you said, you disagree with some things, and I know some things that Trump did his first term, he completely reversed on that some people did like about Trump that made it a little bit easier to vote for him. So I definitely hope in the future, and we have to recognize social media is
the good thing
poisoning a
is
lot
he
of our
can't run again.
conversations.
So
Well, if I
honestly,
don't,
if Vivek Ramaswamy would have stayed in the that too, I really liked, because I felt like he was a pretty decent middle ground guy.
you know what? I don't know if Republicans would ever vote for an Indian man. I think that's what limits him. So,
Well, and that's sad. That's sad because anybody who actually listens to him, he probably had the most common sense out of all of them, personally.
well, if Republicans vote the day Republicans vote for him, I'll be I don't even the things said under his social media post are so wild.
You can only hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the call. Definitely hope you call in again sometime, and thank you for hopping on.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, for sure. Have a great one.
Bye.
Listen, the goal is not to. There's some things I don't push on in every conversation. The thing really interesting too is if you say, well, you voted for Trump, but it's well, Kamala's worse. And it's why? They usually bring up a quote she never said. And it's okay, you don't like her. That's fine. I'm not a big Kamala fan. Okay. But often they hear someone told me that Kamala said, we're going to riot and take back what's ours. They said Kamala said that. And they said that Kamala was for defund the police. There was another mass shooting in Mississippi. Huh. Let's see. Did a black guy do it? It seems. So I'm sure they're gonna talk about this one and say this is why black people are violent and ignore the last 10 done by white people. But another mass shooting. Great. That's just what we need is more shootings. That's not good. Okay. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. If you support independent media, okay, here's your call. Here's your call to support independent media. Joel Law Politics on Venmo. The same as my channel name, Joel Law Politics. If you could throw me $5 on there, $10, help support independent media, maybe $5 a month. Become a channel member on YouTube. Cash App as well, Joel Law Politics, my channel name, @Joel Law Politics. Really would appreciate it. Become a patron to the channel as well on Patreon. Really appreciate it. I'll take a couple more calls for tonight. Here you go. Here. Someone said justice for Lake and Riley. Ask a Republican what justice for Lake and Riley means. See what they say. Hey guys, I'm gonna reset the stream really quick. This title has given me the worst viewers ever. I appreciate the super chats as well. Let me read those really quick before I restart it. I don't want my channel to get all botted out right now because there's so many bots watching. If you were in her position, would you do anything different? $5 Canadian. Would I do anything different? I would know. Well, my position is I don't think she had time to think. There's too many things happening at once. The agents created a dangerous environment. I would know that ICE agents are violent. I would probably say that, knowing that ICE agents are, they act against every rule, against every regulation. They don't care about laws. Knowing how they are, I'd be more careful around ICE agents because, like I said before, I put police up. There's problems with policing for sure, but I put police up here, and ICE agents are and through the floor, in terms of where I put them in my mind. So knowing they're ICE agents, I would have been like, okay, we shouldn't be around them. But you need to be to protest, right? You need to be to protest. Again, there's nothing you can really do. Like in terms of a human being and how a human being acts, we're talking about a situation that did not need to be escalated. And it got escalated by federal agents who are supposed to be trained. Okay. And we had one person saying go, one person saying get out of the car while ripping on the car door and putting his hand in the vehicle, another circling the car from her blind side on the right to the front left, holding his phone recording. We have the Three Stooges doing that. Okay. And we expect, these are trained agents, and we expect this random civilian woman, I'm not saying that as a pejorative. Okay. But we have this one woman who is expected to make a 2-second reaction time call. Should I leave? Should I go? Conflicting directions. You have the partner saying drive, baby, drive. You have a dog in the back. You have the person in the front left, saying shit, recording. In that, if you put any human from your reflexes as a person, your fight or flight instinct not even as a person, but your physical body's reaction to that is going to be probably to hit the pedal. I'm surprised, to be honest. I'm surprised in that short amount of time, that 2-second window, she had it in mind to turn the wheel all the way to the right away from the agent. I'm surprised she had that much time to think to make sure she did not actually hit the guy. And that was probably just the reaction as well, like a natural reaction from her body. I see a lot of commonality with the caller, $5. I appreciate that $5. I don't know. Without social media making all of our conversations poisoned, being able to, and again, I'm not a huge Kamala Harris fan, but there's no reality anywhere in any country, any time period, unless if you go back to the 1800s and everybody's dumb. Like there's no world where people should be having an election between Jeffrey Epstein's sidekick, reality TV star, who ran without even having a healthcare plan, versus somebody with her experience, which again, I'm not a huge Kamala Harris fan, but just somebody who had a healthcare plan, who had a plan for Medicare and Medicaid to actually like improve coverage for people. Like even that in the debate where Kamala said, I'm going to expand Medicare to cover at-home costs. In that debate, she said, we're going to expand Medicare to negotiate more drug prices down. And Trump's taking credit for that bill that her and Biden got passed, the Inflation Reduction Act, for the drug prices going down. But she said, we're going to use Medicare expanded to cover at-home care costs for the sandwich generation. Kamala would talk about the sandwich generation, which means you are 40. You have to take care of your kids and your parents at the same time. You're sandwiched in between them. She would talk about that in every podcast. And you would go to Trump and say, hey, what's your plan for healthcare? Oh, you have concepts of a plan. Like there's no reality in which someone like that should even be close to a city council, to but like the thing is, Trump would not be able to win in a city council. Trump would not be able to win as a mayor. Trump would not be able to win in any position that required direct policy, but direct leadership and direct outcomes like potholes in the roads being fixed. The incompetence, the stuff he actually does focus on is all using the power of the bully, just talking, not even bully pulpit, but just talking. It's all politics.
She was being hit.
But a day after the Minneapolis shooting, Secretary Noem quietly signed a new policy barring congressional visits to ICE facilities without a week's advance notice. That's definitely not legal. Okay. MAGA thinks our KGB is going to give them a cookie. Okay. Thank you for $2. Thank you taking notes. Give them a cookie. I don't know about a cookie. Thank you for following, guys. Anybody on TikTok? My full stream is on YouTube Shorts. If you want to hop on there, I'm making a new YouTube Shorts stream. $10. Thank you so much for $10. Oh, he wants to call in. Thank you for the $10 donation. Okay, somebody called in with $10. Let me see real quick. Someone called in with $10, or they sent me $10 to call in, so I'll call them back. If you want to guarantee call in, that's how you do it. Am I going to reset the stream? Should I just keep it running? We'll keep it rolling. Fine. Okay. It's okay. Thank you. Drop likes on the stream. We'll keep it going. Anyone participant mode? Thank you for the $10. Okay. Let's see. You sent me. Yeah, some of the comments are disgusting. Let them show who they are. Let them reveal themselves to the audience on what they believe in. Okay, I'm calling you. Person who donated money. Or you paid. Joel Out Politics, my channel name on Venmo or Cash App. If you want a guaranteed call, like this person did, guarantee a call by donating $10 to Cash App or Venmo, Joel Out Politics, including your phone number in the donation message. Let me give them a cookie.
Hey, Joel, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing okay. I just I'd called in before, like a while back, but like I kind of really related. I was the person that posted that comment that said I related to the person that was calling in, the person from Texas.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just wanted to back a little bit of kind of some of the things that she was saying, and some of the confusion she had, and then also to comment about some of the comments in the comment section. Like a lot of the comments in the comment section is like, well, you know, you're just out here, you're just rage baiting, you're putting whatever you need to, and just getting people to donate whatever, and trying to, you know, just generate content or whatever else. But I honestly, like, I've tracked you for a long time. I honestly feel like that you believe in exactly what you believe in. You're just trying to express your opinion, and you know, I fully support that. And I thought that was a really good thing. I felt like that this person that called in, that she has a lot of differing, you know, she has a lot of differing opinions. She's going through a lot, and she wanted to, like, she felt enough that she wanted to express her opinion, that she was able to call in and get you to answer the phone call to express what she felt. And she's got a lot of conflicting opinions, which a lot of people, I think, along, you know, out here in the United States, we all do. And it's not as simple as, you know, I think one of the best things I saw was like, it's like a Rorschach test that when you look at the video about the shooting, you say it's like a Rorschach test. Like some people that look at it, they see one thing, and then they look at the shooting and they see another thing. And they're complete opposite things about what actually happened. But I think what she was missing, what I struggled with, was that, you know, it doesn't matter that no matter how you feel about it, I mean, the fact of the matter is the person passed away. And the fact that a person passed away, that's a serious thing. That's something that you can't undo. It can't be solved by, you know, giving compensation for or anything else. Like, this person actually passed away.
Mm-hmm. And
I think the person that called was trying to express a lot of those feelings. I mean, even up to the point where they talked about, like, you know, I know somebody who was brought to the country at 2 years old. And, you know, and she indicated that she voted for Trump. She indicated that she, you know, knows these people, and she's struggling right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be honest with you, like, all of us across the country are struggling right now. And like a lot of the comments I saw in the chat, I don't know if they're bots or whatever else, or actual people that were commenting, but a lot of them actually said, you know, you're a racist. You're the person, like, you're on, like, the Democrat leftist side. You're the person that's actually causing all this stuff because you want people to fight the authority. And if you just don't fight the authority, then you'll be just fine. Like, if you don't stand up for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be fine. If you don't actually go through and fight the authorities, then you'll be fine. So, like, if you don't defend your rights, then you'll be just fine.
Okay.
And the problem is if we don't defend our rights go away. And I think you would agree with that. But I think the caller that was actually coming in here is actually, she found your channel. She found that, well, I don't know how she found you. I don't know if she's just kind of like going across.
It's usually
or
random on
whatever else.
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, well, she came in here.
Mhm.
She was somebody who was like more on the Republican side. I don't know where I sit, to be completely honest with you. I don't track politics a lot, but from her perspective, I don't think she does either. And you know, she's just trying to understand what's happening right now. And she was trying to have an honest conversation with you. And so I was the person that posted that message that said, you know, I relate to this person.
Okay.
Just because I do. And it's very, very easy for a lot of us to go to talking points and go through and say, well, look, you know, the video evidence is that she was turning her wheel at the point that that officer shot. And then Republicans or other people, I don't even want to say Republicans, but there's like a story narrative on the other side that says, you know, he was defending his own self because he thought he was going to get run over or whatever else. And like, none of that really matters. I mean, what really matters is that this person, one person gets to walk away from this and the other person didn't.
Well, I would say what matters also, okay, is the government's policy on how they have no accountability for their agents, and the way they created that environment. Like I said, and with the last caller, law enforcement should not be doing that at all. I think all of them should be fired from their jobs after that, no matter what.
I think what you don't understand is that this caller, her position, but at least as far as I understood, and I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I relate, like again, I'm saying I relate to this, is that this is a different time period than what's happened in the past. This is not the normal USA behavior. This would not have happened 10 years ago or, you know, even potentially 5 years ago. And you can take a look at it from a lot of different perspectives, but there's a lot of people that are out there in the United States that just, this is really hard to understand. And they're trying to navigate this. And telling them that, like, you know, there are, I don't know, I think you did a really good job actually explaining the sanctuary cities things and everything else that actually happened there. I thought you did a really good job of, like, walking through that, but that it's really, 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 really hard for the average American to navigate what's going on currently in the United States. And so it's really easy to pass judgment and to say that, you know, I'm going to shut my mouth. What's your thought?
I think we elected a president who's currently talking about bombing Greenland, Venezuela, Cuba, taking territory.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Keep on continuing.
We have a president who called this woman a domestic terrorist funded by a domestic terrorist network. And he called every liberal a domestic terrorist in America. And they're trying to classify all Democrats as domestic extremists in America. And if we have a president like that, this country can never come together as long as he's in office. It starts from the president of America, and he is the worst.
I actually don't think that's true. And I'll tell you why. Sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off.
But he's the president, right? So how can you overcome the president?
Because the president isn't the end all of everything in the United States. We don't have a king. Like, a president doesn't dictate what we do. So, like, how in the world does that make sense that you're saying that he says that this is what we're going to do, and that's what absolutely has to happen?
He acts as a king with everything he does that he's able to.
Yeah, I understand
with
that.
Tariffs, with war,
that's not,
with prosecutions, with indictments.
I absolutely agree with you. There's a lot of things going on like that. It's still not a dictatorship. We still have a
No,
democracy.
he's an authoritarian person who wants to divide America.
So
We still,
absolutely.
but our democracy is much weaker now as a result of him. It's not that he's a dictator yet; it's that he wants to be, or the people in power want to be.
And I'm not disregarding that at all. Right? He absolutely, has those tendencies, and that's what's happening, and it's very bad for our country. I'm not negating anything that you're saying. All I'm saying is that in this case, and it's very, very discomforting. No, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible that the U.S. government would jump to a conclusion about what happened to this person without an actual, investigation actually happening about what actually really happened. Like the Justice Department, people in the highest possible power that exists in the United States, all of them have prejudged a conclusion. What I'm telling you is that this person that called in, they care. They care about the United States.
I think they care.
They care.
I think they're being lied to about who they support. I do need to get to debates on this channel. I do appreciate the donation and everything, but I'll let you wrap up your point for the chat and everything. They can go back and talk to them about what you say. But we are getting debate calls as well.
What do you mean by debate call? Explain to me.
So I can debate somebody.
Okay, so you don't feel like I'm debating you, or?
No, I just need to talk to somebody who disagrees on this, who's siding with Trump, for example, on her being a terrorist, because that's the big thing I'm concerned about talking about right now.
Well, then you really are like a rage bait person trying to get.
No, when the president calls a random person who just died a terrorist and calls all Democrats a terrorist, we need Americans to not believe that. So I need to participate in that discussion.
So you're only going to have a conversation with people that you feel like are absolutely, completely 100% against you, not people that may agree with you 20% but disagree with you 80%. I mean, I don't understand what you're talking about. You need to, your channel needs to live with. I just don't get that. Help me understand.
I just need a more active conversation. I understand. Okay, so you said so far that she was trying to express how she feels. I agree. Things are crazy. I agree. A woman died. I agree. But I want to get into deeper parts of the conversation. And the part you want to get into is that part, which is fine. But I also need to move on to other callers too.
Okay, that's fine. I understand you need to reach out to other callers. All I'm saying is that she had some really good. She cared about her country.
Yeah, she did care about her country.
And I just, what I was trying to call in and say is that I don't feel like that you do. I don't. I think you're looking for content, and you're honestly as bad as the Republicans in that standpoint. If that's really where it comes from, you want to just create content, you want to do all these other things, and this person is trying to understand America. She's in a very difficult situation. She's trying to understand what's going on, and instead of listening to her, you're going to say, you know what, I'm just going to create rage bait content. And if that's what you want to do, then...
What did I say that was rage bait?
What did you say that was rage bait?
Yeah.
The fact that you actually went through, you literally took every single Democratic talking point that you might see on MSNBC.
Make an actual argument. Don't just say that. What did I say?
Okay, specifically. Okay. The content, you're saying specifically that was the ICE agent hit? Did the ICE agent actually get hit? Yes or no?
No.
The ICE agent did not get hit.
He got bumped. Barely.
Are you okay? Did he actually get touched by the vehicle? Yes or no?
Yeah, he leaned into it.
Oh, he leaned into.
Yeah, he touched the vehicle. He's the one that walked in front of the vehicle.
So that's right. He's the one. He's like, I'm going to, after everything that happened to me, I'm going to walk physically in front of this vehicle so I can shoot this woman
Yeah,
and
it's
murder
pretty
her.
stupid, right? It's pretty dumb. He shouldn't be doing that.
And now you have your rage bait.
I'm not saying he wanted to murder her, but if he's
No,
gonna be
you
an
just did.
idiot.
No, you really like insinuated that. You really did.
No, I just said that he's stupid. That's not how any law enforcement should be acting. No. And he got bumped or he got brushed by the car. He leaned into the car. It was going like 2 miles per hour.
And
he leaned into it and shot her.
This is why the woman that called you earlier, she was actually trying to understand.
We had a great conversation.
She cared.
We had a great conversation. She enjoyed it too. I enjoyed it. It was a good conversation.
Yeah, all right.
What was that? He got rammed.
Right.
Oh, he got rammed by. If you get rammed by a car, you're not going to walk away, buddy. Whoever in chat said that.
What?
If you get rammed by a car, do you think the guy got rammed by a car?
No, he didn't get rammed, but he got bumped by a car.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. Someone in chat said he got rammed by a car.
Okay, but I don't understand where you're coming from. Like, if the person got bumped by the car, and he felt like that at that point, regardless of whether or not like the person felt like his life was in danger, he pulled out his weapon. He actually killed somebody. Like, I think this is what we don't understand in law enforcement. One of my best friends is a senior police officer in the Las Vegas PD, and he was involved in an officer-involved shooting. He had to take somebody's life, and their policies and procedures were such that he had to go through like serious counseling training after the fact to make sure that he was okay to go back and be able to be a good police officer that in the future. Like, he literally had to talk
Okay,
to
you have to finish your point so I can go into another caller.
The point is this person who was a very professional police officer in Las Vegas, who was involved in an actual police-involved shooting where he actually killed somebody, his training required him to make sure that he was okay.
You just said that 3 times, brother. I hope you have a good night. I appreciate it. You just said the same thing again. I appreciate the call. I hope you have a good night. Thank you. He just said the same. Said this again. Okay, I'm going to restart the stream, guys. If you're on my channel, refresh my page. I'm making a new stream, okay? It's going to be the same channel. It's going to be the same thing. I'm opening it right now. Getting it ready. Let's see. Create. Go live. Schedule stream. Use the same stream key. Okay. That stream should be public. We're going to do a new stream. I got $10 to call somebody else. Hopefully that person has active conversation other than just calling me a rage baiter. Okay. $10 guarantees at least 10 minutes. Okay, that's it. We're not doing 15 again. All right, new stream is open. Go to the new stream, guys. Go to the new stream. We're taking different callers, okay? New stream is up on my channel. Refresh my page. Zoloft Cadence. Nice. It's up right now. I'm going to try to direct you there if it works. Okay. Go to the other stream. We're starting a new stream. Go there. Refresh the page. I'll see you in a second. I'm not getting offline, okay? Go to the new stream on my same page.